I think that deep in our Indian culture is this respect for elders. It's also, unfortunately, after 200 years of being ruled by another country, is that there's this respect for those guys must know better because they ruled us, okay? Whoever those guys are, right? So at some point, people who have been successful in this country have made that transition to say, yes, I can do that, and I can do it as well and maybe better. Okay, we have the CEO of Google, we have the CEO of Microsoft, we have all of these people, the former CEO of PepsiCo, who've made that transition. So just give us a little bit more insight on what, there are people in this room who are saying, hey, can I do this? What would be your advice to them to say, when you talk about being assertive?
I think the things I would say is that, often we feel, we have a question in our mind and we'll feel that, look, maybe it's a dumb question. But honestly, I'll tell you, in the beginning, I used to have this question. I don't think this is a good question. Maybe I'm like way out on the left field. But as I slowly started asking these questions, I found a lot of people were nodding their heads. So I think the thing we have to overcome from our own self is that we have the gift of, I think most Indians and most, especially folks from IT, we have the ability to connect the dots. And we do that fairly well. So it's okay to ask questions which you feel are not the brightest, because there may be some angle to it, there may be some ways you can connect the dots. And the thing that you got to know is that if you're always kind of on the fence, then people start saying, okay, where does he or she stand? What's his leadership style? What's the capability? So if you want to really excite an organization, as a leader, especially leading a large organization, it's about setting a vision. It's about creating an alignment and interest and excitement. They need to know where you stand, and they need to get excited. So those are some of the things I would say that doesn't come naturally to IITians, but you got to work on it. And you have to be authentic. You have to be authentic because people don't go with what you say. They watch what you do. And over time, they build up this image of, okay, does Ranjeet actually do what he says? So those are some of the things I picked up.